Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and today I prepared these chimney cakes that usually you can find here in Romania in all the fairs, and I've missed them lately, so I decided to make them myself. I'm gonna use for the dough 600 grams of flour, 25 grams of fresh yeast, 40 grams of sugar, 80 grams of soft butter, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 250 milliliters of milk, vanilla extract, lemon and orange zest, 2 eggs and 2 egg yolks. I'm gonna cut butter. Mine is not that soft, so I'll cut it this way. It will reach room temperature faster. And in the meantime, I am warming up the milk in the microwave. I'm gonna put sugar over that warm milk and fresh yeast. If you don't have fresh yeast, you can use dry one, about 7 grams. I crumble a bit this fresh yeast in that milk. This way will become friends faster. And also I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of flour. Mix and leave this aside for about 10 minutes, and this way the yeast will bloom and the dough will rise faster. In the meantime, I'm gonna zest lemon and orange. Use only the yellow part or the orange part, don't use the white part because that's bitter and we don't want that in the dough. I will sieve the flour, not because flour these days has any impurities, just because this way I'm gonna bring more air into the flour and the dough will be fluffier and will rise faster. I will add that mixture of yeast over flour and the rest of the ingredients. Eggs, lemon and orange zest, of course, and I will start kneading using the hook of my mixer. If you do it by hand, it's perfectly fine. I'm gonna use this mixer because it's gonna be faster. I will add salt, vanilla extract also, and knead this for about 10 minutes. I will add now that vanilla extract. This dough is gonna be so flavorful and delicious. Add butter and you will see how the dough is gonna change texture and it's gonna be more supple and amazing, and also will rise pretty fast in your kitchen. After all that kneading, I'm gonna put the dough on my working surface and I will shape it. I'm gonna shape it like a ball and put it back in my mixer bowl and let it rise. I'll cover it with some cling film and let it rise until it's gonna be double in size. In the meantime, I'm gonna grind some walnuts. This is what I'm gonna use to put over the dough, and look guys, and some coconut flakes as well. Over walnuts, I will add about 2 tablespoons of sugar, caster sugar, and over coconut flakes, I'm gonna add brown sugar, about 1 or 2 tablespoons as well. And mix those two together. And also I will cover some bottles. You can use wine bottles or also beer cans, and of course you have to remove the content of beer cans, and so wrap them up in aluminum foil. If you use beer cans, you're gonna need more than 4, because you're gonna end up with more chimney cakes. And also try to use a thicker aluminum foil. Mine, because wasn't that thick, I had to tie the bottles up with some rope, because the dough is so heavy that pulls down the aluminum foil of the bottles. Look, the dough has grown so big and it's so fluffy, looks amazing. I'm gonna place it on my working surface, and I'm gonna stretch it with a rolling pin in a really thin sheet of dough. I will preheat the oven at 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. And now I will cut the dough in strips, either with a pizza rolling cutter, either with a knife. It's up to you, and whatever you have, is fine. And all these strips, I'm gonna wrap them around those bottles in a spiral way, just like this. So I wrapped all that dough on all 4 bottles. And also another thing, make sure that your bottles will fit in your oven. I had to put the oven tray exactly at the base of the oven, otherwise it wouldn't fit. After you put the dough on the bottles, roll the bottles on your working surface to flatten up a bit the dough, and this way they will look more neat and more nice. And the dough will have the same thickness if you roll the bottles on your working surface. They will bake evenly. The dough keeps on rising. Even now when I'm working with it, I can see it rising on my working surface. So I wrapped around all the dough. So now run the bottles on your working surface. Brush the dough with some egg mixed with milk or with some melted butter. It's up to you. And toss the dough into walnuts or coconut flakes. I made 2 bottles with walnuts and 2 bottles with coconut flakes. I'm gonna bake these chimney cakes on a vertical position in the oven, and I put them in an oven tray, and in that tray I had a silicone mat because I was afraid the bottles not to tilt or something and break in the oven. So they had a cushiony surface underneath them. So toss them in walnut mixed with sugar, and do the same with the rest. I made 2 bottles with walnuts, as I said, and 2 bottles with coconut flakes over the dough. Make sure to brush them with that butter melted, mixed with a bit of milk. This is how they look before baking. I'm gonna bake them at 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit for about 15-20 minutes, and this is how they look after. and look how nice and roasted are, and they smell amazing, and they're super fluffy, and you need friends because these chimney cakes are awesome. And they are big. And now you have to let the bottles to cool down for about 15 minutes, because otherwise either you're gonna burn yourself, or you don't want the bottle inside to break or something. So let them cool down for about 15 minutes, and you can remove the bottles, you can remove the aluminum foil, and they are ready to be served. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, because you're gonna receive notification every time I'm uploading a new video. And find reasons to smile, and I'll see you here next time. Bye.